choosing a real estate brokerage as the market turns, or as a matter of fact, during any time, is always a pressure cooker. It's, there's a lot to think about, whether you're a new agent, whether you're a seasoned agent, whether you own a team, a brokerage. There's just so many different dynamics of upping your business and moving it to a new brokerage, or planting your roots and getting established with the company. One of the biggest mistakes I see a lot of people make is thinking that their real estate brokerage is what's going to make them successful. Is it a great guide and provide you a great roadmap into your success? Absolutely. But if you're a successful agent, you're going to be successful no matter where you are. The only key difference is what level of success you're going to rise to, and how fast you're going to get there based on your surroundings is what's going to make the difference. Personally, I was able to grow my business from 12 million to 50 million my first year at eXp, and then it went to 94 million the following year. And in the last 12 months, we've done about 107 million. I personally set that up production when I came over, and I have 11 YouTube channels in 11 states that feeds the agents that close my business. It was about 180 deals in the last 12 months. Our average sales price was $573,000 or so. And it provides a great opportunity for me to do something like that. And, something not even on my list, and something that drove me crazy, I was licensed in multiple states. And when I was in the franchise model, if the same franchise owner didn't own both market centers, I paid 2 caps in 2 states. I'm licensed in 3 states. I pay 1 fee. So maybe I'll add that into my list here. But, being a big business owner, running an established team, creating one of the most lucrative inbound lead generation platforms on planet Earth with the Channel Junkies, right here at Channel Junkies. This was a great place for us to call home. It wasn't so much a great place when I was first taking a look, because I had all this outside influence. I had my broker in my ear telling me that eXp was a pyramid scheme, that it was going bankrupt. In my marketplace at the time, all the agents that were there, or the ones that I knew of, weren't super respected agents. And when you're in a small niche market, and it's hard to look at a brand new company that you don't know much about being talked about negatively from all different angles, it's really hard to open up your heart and allow something new in. And what it was, Grant Cardone said, I'm not a massive Grant Cardone fan, but one thing that he did say that actually made a lot of sense to me was, if I'm not taking a look at something because I think it's dumb, it means a lot of people probably think it's dumb. And that's probably a real opportunity, especially if you're hearing more and more about it. So, that's what he talked about when he built his following on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. And so I took that with premise. And what happened with my situation is that as my YouTube celebrity started growing and building on the real estate scene, is I started getting agents reaching out to me from all around the country wanting to work with us, which is something that we allow agents to come and work with us at eXp. We don't charge them anything. They're allowed to plug into our tools and our systems at no cost. And they're allowed to offer that to their agents as well, whether they're on their team or agents that they're trying to attract. It's a great situation. Well, when I was in the franchise model, they wanted me to go and own not only the franchise in my local market, but also the franchise in the city where one agent was trying to work with me. And I was like, if this agent only sells 10 houses a year, I'm never going to make my money back. And I'm not interested in growing all these individual franchises. But inside of the eXp model is I've essentially been able to build, my own pseudo organization that has been very lucrative. One thing, and one of the things on my list is, financials, is eXp does give 50% back of all of the money that they take in from the cap. They give that back to the agents in the form of revenue share. So that's one of the items on my list. I'm going to talk about the 7 things that I think you need to know about eXp, or the reasons that I think are the most important about eXp when you're making a decision, whether it's a good fit or a bad fit for you. And by the end of this, you should be able to make a pretty good decision on which avenue you're going to take, whether it's into eXp or exit stage right and leave eXp, and maybe not even show up to eXp. So if you want to know exactly what those things are, stay tuned. Hey, what's up, everyone? This is your host, Jesse Dow, coming to you with another episode of the Cloud-Based Brokerage. And if you want to know everything from revenue share to real estate right here at eXp Realty, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and tap that little bell so you're notified each and every time I drop a new video. And honestly, I'm getting so many calls from team leads, real estate agents, brokerage owners, and influencers wanting to talk about eXp, and I absolutely love it. So if you want to get a hold of me, you got to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when making a move to eXp Realty. And if you're already in conversations with someone, set with working with them, absolutely that's the person you want to continue working with. When 50% of the agents say that they're signing up without a sponsor, I create these videos to help agents understand exactly what it's like to work at eXp. Me and my business partner offer amazing things to the agents in our organization. That's one cool thing about eXp is the first thing I'm going to talk about is your sponsor. So a sponsor at eXp is the person that influenced you the most to come on board. So what comes with a sponsor? The only thing that's required as a sponsor is they have to assist you with onboarding. So I'm going to be very clear. A sponsor is a lot different than a mentor. A mentor is someone that mentors brand new agents. So if you've done 3 or less deals in the past 12 months, you get a mentor when you come to eXp. If you know a mentor, you're allowed to select them as your mentor as long as they're in your market and they agree to being your mentor. The sponsor is the person that was the most influential to your decision joining eXp. Now, as a sponsor, you're allowed to share anything with them. You can do private coaching. You can offer them courses. You can do whatever you want, or you don't have to do anything. So with the agents in my organization, we give them our course, which is our YouTube for Real Estate Channel Junkies Copy and Paste Pro course. Value of that's around $4K. We also give them access to our launch program, which is our live group coaching, which is another around $4K or so value. And that is something we give all of our agents, and they're allowed to share that with their agents, whether they're in their organization or directly on their team. We feel that our system, if done correctly, creates massive inbound business. It also creates brand, and it also gets the agents into expansion, and it creates a real value proposition for the agents. We also meet with our agents bi-weekly for group coaching. We also have an amazing upline. So when you join a sponsor, if that organization offers things, not only do you get what their sponsor offers, but you could get up 7 levels of sponsorship. So I chose my organization based on who was there, because when I came to eXp, I understand what leverage was. So I wanted to be in an organization where it came with real entrepreneurial, big business builders, big leaders. So I have one of the most profound and powerful upline of sponsorship at eXp. One of my upline sponsors own one of the biggest independent real estate brokerage in America with 900 agents doing $2 billion a year in production. So when I need to talk with brokerage owners about coming to eXp, or we have big issues inside of the real estate transactional space or whatever it may be, I can just reach out to him, say I have a team that I'm working with that's trying to grow their team, or they're having problems recruiting agents, or they're having problems with lead flow, things like that. Super simple. Get on the call, solve those problems. I also have Jay Kinder and Michael Reese. They're two of the most famous real estate coaches in the real estate industry. Jay Kinder was one of the #1 agents in the entire country with Coldwell Banker, very successful. He's done a lot of stuff with social media and whatnot. And so those are the types of people that I'm surrounded with. And if you're looking at eXp, that's the power of what a sponsor can do, but what they're required to do is just help you onboard. The second thing that I'm going to talk about is the fact that eXp has a residential division and a commercial division. So if you want to do both, you can. It's called Resimercial. Obviously, if you're a residential agent, you belong to the National Associations of Realtors. And if you're a commercial agent, you belong to the Commercial Association. You cannot be a part of both. So if you're heavy in the residential and you only do commercial here and there, you would probably want to stick with your residential designation. If you're a commercial agent and you're heavy into commercial and you want to get out of residential, they highly suggest that you give up your NAR association, focus on the commercial side. Now, if you're a commercial agent, you're successful, you probably don't even care about the residential side because the business is so dynamically different, not only with the type of business that you're doing, but obviously the financial differences are a lot more significant and the time to close a deal is a lot more significant. The thing that I like about the commercial side is that it's a $20,000 cap, an 80-20 split. You get tons of great technology, tons of great training. If you're a brand new agent in a commercial, they do an accelerator program that you meet every single day for the first 30 days for an hour and a half every single morning. You basically get to learn all the tools. If you end up wanting to have an advisor that works directly with you, you basically get to pick your niche and you could work with an advisor, a selected advisor throughout the entire country. It's so freaking cool. There's so many great resources inside of the commercial division. We also have so many residential agents that our commercial agents are being fed so many commercial leads every single day. And every commercial agent that I know that's inside of the eXp commercial system absolutely loves it. Having an 80-20 split on a $20,000 cap in commercial is unheard of. And also all their tech that they're given like things like Reonomy and, enriched data and just so many tools to help the agents be successful. Also on the residential side, it's a $16,000 cap, 80-20 split. People ask me about monthly fees. How much does it cost to be an agent at eXp? Our monthly fees at eXp on the residential side is $85. On the commercial side, I believe it's $250 a month. So those are the only monthly fees that you would ever pay. Some of the technology on the residential side is KV Core. Both residential and commercial use SkySlope. Both use DigiSign for the electronic signatures, which is pretty cool. So they definitely play in the sandbox very, very well together. They both are using the Verbella, which is our cloud campus technology. And today I was on a call with an agent that's in my organization. He was bringing on another commercial agent, and the broker for the commercial in the state of Texas was on the call. And it was super, super powerful. I thought it was really great that I'm on the residential side, they're on the commercial side, and we're all on the call together. I'm always learning. I'm actually a certified commercial agent as well. I've gone through the commercial certification program. I've never personally sold a commercial property, but I'm always interested in referring off those big bad commercial properties and getting my big fat commercial referral fee. Moving into number 3 is I want to talk about eXp's overall persona and marketing when it comes to real estate. Is they actually were using a tool through Breakthrough Broker, which I wasn't a huge fan of, but it actually worked very, very well for what we needed to do. You could plug in an address and they could send out postcards to 50 homes within that surrounding address. They could do a 200 with all your branding and all that stuff. And the thing about eXp that I absolutely love is that whatever the state law is with regards to branding and the logo is what eXp rule is. We have no position and no size requirement inside the company besides what the law is in your state. eXp is an agent-focused business. We're also a growth company. We are not a profit company. So as we consistently grow the business and the states grow, eXp adds more resources. So let's just say, for example, they bring in a new broker with every 100 agents in the state. Say at 100, there's a new broker, 200, another broker, 300, another broker, so on and so forth. So people always ask, how does eXp work? I don't really understand. Well, every state has a designated managing broker. That's the point of contact. That's the person that's on your contracts. If you're selling real estate in Oregon or say Texas, the designated managing broker for that state is the one on the contract. Now, based on the amount of agents in that state, they have that many brokers to support the agent's capacity. They also have contract compliance. They also have payroll specialists, so to get your demands and all those things. I will tell you right now, the support at eXp inside of eXp World is undeniable. It is the craziest support system you've ever seen as a real estate agent. You're always like, oh, it's a virtual world. How can you really get that much support? Trust me, imagine what you have today and multiply it by 10,000. At any time, I can go into eXp World and get a broker within 2 seconds. You cannot in real life, or not in real life, this is real life, but in a physical brick and mortar, it's 50-50 whether your broker's going to be there. It's 50-50 whether they're going to be tied up. It's 50-50. You can get them on a call, a text message, or an email. Here, everything's on demand, and I absolutely love it. But the thing is since Glenn Sanford, the CEO, always says that the agents do the heavy lifting, I see that with everything that eXp does, whether it's the marketing and your signage, you get to create your own beautiful branding, or the support that they give us, which I think is unparalleled to any other company out there. I may be a little biased, but I've been with a lot of companies. I still interview companies to this day just to see what's going on in the industry. And I can consistently say that there's a reason that eXp has been able to grow from 20,000 agents to 84,000 agents over 2 years. Everybody is coming here. It's just a matter of time when are they going to be here or not. Moving into number 4. Oh, and speaking of the marketing, is that it was announced in September of 2022. They will be launching a whole new marketing suite, which I think is super important. It's something that eXp has needed. And I think this is going to be the game changer that really takes eXp to the next level. Obviously, their growth has been super rapid and the marketing has been fine, but it hasn't been blow your doors off. There's not a lot of companies out there that have marketing that has blown my doors off. I've seen a couple great listing systems out there, but I really am super hopeful. I'll give you guys an update. Maybe you guys can drop a comment down in the comment box of what's the most important thing you're looking for when choosing a brokerage. But the 4th thing I want to talk about is the technology. And that's what I was talking about inside of eXp World, being able to get those brokers on demand. I can go into the library at eXp in what they call workplace chat, which is where we all communicate. And I can go watch any live training that we've done on demand. This is so powerful. eXp also does an icon series, classes that are taught by top producing agents. And these are taught taught inside of eXp World. If you can't make it live, you can go to it recorded. And I've seen some days in the 20s and 30s of these training classes per day. They also have a new training series called Level Up, which is, training that's going on based on from top producing agents such as myself, teaching agents how to level up during a market shift or a market change or a housing crisis, whatever it may be. Things are going on all the time in the real estate industry. And the only way you can get in real time training and knowledge is by working with agents that are producing. Number one independent real estate brokerage in the world, you have top producing agents all over the place. The 5th thing I want to talk about is the culture, something that a lot of people talk about. But eXp's agents host some of the biggest agent ran events in the entire world. Every single year, someone in my organization, they host events in different countries, whether it's Mexico, the United States, Canada. Right now, there's a trip going on by someone in my organization that's a riverboat cruise in Hungary, Budapest, and Germany. Some of these events, there's one coming up in August in Dallas that they're actually bringing in Tony Robbins. And someone asked me the other day, said, if you could choose one thing about eXp that sets it apart, what do you think it is? And I said, personally, it's that there's no negativity here. There's nobody sitting around talking about negativity. There's nobody over here talking, spreading rumors. There's nobody over here saying like, oh, woe is me, doomsday, all those things. This is a very positive, forward-thinking environment. And I think the reason why is because we're not sitting in bricks and mortar offices, just sitting there chatting about nothing. No, this is a high, fast-paced environment where typically people are showing up into, the eXp world to learn. People are showing up on Zoom calls to learn, to communicate. And it has just built this amazing culture where everybody is focused on the same thing, which is helping other agents, helping grow their organizations, and helping our clients, more importantly, get their real estate goals and objectives accomplished, which when you have accessibility to so many great tools and people, it makes the client experience that much better. Also playing into the culture piece, the leadership here is unparalleled. Every single Friday morning, eXp leadership does what they call eXp stand-up or leadership stand-up, where they come in every Friday morning and they talk about the current state of the company. I think this is super important because it shows that they care, it shows that they're transparent, and it shows that you can count on them to do what they say they're going to do. And it's also providing updates to the agents and solving any problems that may arise, and also addressing the current market conditions. A lot of these corporate real estate businesses, you never hear from the owners because they're only cared about their quarterly earnings. Glenn Sanford is the CEO and he's still the majority shareholder. And inside of the franchise industries, you already know that every independently owned franchise are doing things their way. And it's like herding 10,000 cats when you're the franchise owner, such as someone like Gary Keller. That guy is just literally herding 10,000 cats that are trying to do things on their own accord. The 6th thing I want to talk about is, something is good when people use you as the benchmark. It's flattery, essentially. And what I mean by that is when you have a program that is so good and attracting so many agents, eXp is basically this giant magnet for top talent. And the reason why is because talent attracts talent. And when people see other top producers and all other walks of life, whether it's teams, brokerages, independent agents, team agents, whatever it may be, making these moves, it creates a real positive momentum. And what it also happens is it also puts a lot of pressure on other real estate companies that need to adapt and change based on the current times. I personally think that, a lot of brokerages out there are very owner heavy on the compensations. And I think that there should always be a true value exchange for what you get for what you pay. And if you have to spend $16,000 at this brokerage A, and brokerage B is $16,000, and you're getting a lot more at brokerage A than brokerage B, it's like, then why do agents want to be at brokerage B? And a lot of times people will say like, well, I'm loyal. And it's like, we're all loyal. I'm loyal too. But at the end of the day is, who's my loyalty? My loyalty is to my family. So if I see a better opportunity with another brokerage, you better believe I'm going to take it, or at least take a look at it. And so now what you're seeing is you're seeing all these other companies pop up and say, we have revenue share. We have guaranteed revenue share. We're the next eXp. We're the next eXp. No, we're the next eXp. You hear, we're the next eXp, but we have blank better. And it's like, when you have a first mover's advantage, such as what eXp had by being the first one in this space, by creating it, it's really hard to compete with that. And when agents tell me all the time, like, oh, there's a better opportunity over here, it's like, eXp's at 80-something thousand agents and it's going to 1 million. So that delta is 900,000 agents. Other companies say we're at 6,000 going to 100,000. We have a better opportunity. And in reality is, when you look at them side by side and compare them, the benefit, in my opinion, has always been with eXp. I've looked at every model out there, and the reality is when you have an owner like Glenn that really truly believes that the agents do the heavy lifting and they will be rewarded based on the compensation model he set up, then nothing can beat. And I have still not seen any compensation out there, whether it's revenue share or the splits. Sometimes the splits may be a little better, but the equity that eXp gives back to their agents through stock and revenue share, and also just promotes a very, very safe space, in my opinion, because a lot of these companies, whether they're a corporately traded company or they're an independently owned company, is you never know what people are going to do. You never know. Our CEO, he could sell the company tomorrow, but if you talk to him and you look into his eyes and he tells you, no, this is my vision, this is my plan, this is my goal. I've created this so that agents can have a true way out and retire from real estate. I was tired of seeing all my friends, go through real estate and then have nothing at the very end, work until they're 90 because that's the only option. It's heartbreaking, which leads me into my number 7 is the financial piece to eXp, and how it makes the world go around is, I was saying before the caps and the splits, but the thing that I think is a game changer is one, at eXp, you can get paid three different ways. One is through your traditional, cap and split, 80-20 split, $16,000 cap on the residential side, the commercial side is $20K. There's also what they call equity program, the agent equity program. That's stock. So you can earn stock 5 different ways. When you sell your first home everywhere, you get some stock. When you attract an agent and they sell their first home, you get some stock. When you cap, you get stock, and you can buy stock at a discount. It's 10% discounted stock of 5% of your commission. So if you get a check for say 10 grand, they use 5% of that check to purchase 10% discounted stock. And then the 5th way is by becoming what they call an icon agent. It's when you hit your cap and then pay an additional $5,000 in transactional fees. So you're probably saying like, wait, whoa, you said that it was an 80-20 split, $16,000 cap. But once you hit that, you go into a straight $250 transactional fee. And after you pay $5,000, it goes down to $125. Obviously, if you're on a team, that number actually gets a lot smaller. It's divided on, if it's 2 agents, that number is divided by 2, and you can still become an icon agent. Your team agents can be icon agents. Your team agents still get the same benefits of you in revenue share and in stock. And this is what I'm going to talk about is the revenue share. Is every dollar that you pay into eXp's cap, they give back 50 cents on the dollar in revenue share. So let's say you're in my organization and you pay $16,000 of your cap. In one deal, you pay in $16,000. eXp retains $8,000 and they give back $8,000 in your organization. So that number can be very, very beneficial. So let's say I attract you, you sign up at eXp and you pay into your cap. Every time you pay into the cap, eXp gives some of that back in revenue share. It happens every month. And once you cap, no more revenue share is being paid until you reset your cap. But the cool thing is let's say you attract an agent and they start paying into the cap. Now I'm earning revenue share not only on you, but also that agent. And say they attract an agent. Now I'm earning revenue share on that agent as well. And so are you, and so is the agent that attracted them. So it can go unlimited wide. So let's say I attracted 10,000 agents. I earn revenue share on all 10,000 agents and all the agents that they attract and all the agents that they attract, and it goes 7 levels deep. This is what gave eXp the bad taste in a lot of people's mouth, and why so many people got so excited over recruiting is because this is life-changing money. Editor is dropping in the disclaimer right here, and there's a link down below where you can go in and actually see how much money eXp actually paid out in revenue share in 2021 and what the percentages of the people are that earn it. The truth is eXp paid out over $156 million. $156 million in revenue share last year. That is wild. So less than 5% of the agents, so of 85,000 agents, less than 5,000 actually received revenue share. So that means that less than 5% of the agents, when you say, oh, eXp is a recruiting company, no, it's not. When only 5% of your entire fleet are recruiting and getting revenue share, that's not a company. There's 5% of people that are taking advantage of revenue share. And so what happens, and let's say your organization, eXp doesn't pay out the 50% on the dime, say they bring in more than they pay out, eXp rebalances that number and gives out more. So since only 5% of people are attracting agents, they're not giving out all the money that they're bringing in. So what eXp does is they do a rebalancer based on your agent count. And so every month, if you're someone that attracts agents, eXp, based on your agent count, they give you a percentage of that additional pie. So guess what? Every month my revenue share is increased. And so some people are like, well, how much money is your revenue share and is this legit? And their biggest difference is that Keller Williams, and this is what a lot of people think is Keller Williams, is profit share. This is revenue share, which the difference is every dollar that's brought in, eXp gives back 50% of that dollar. At Keller Williams, everything has to be paid. Brokerage has to be paid. Franchise owner has to be paid. Gary Keller has to be paid. And then they give back this little profit. It's literally like Skittles compared to what the revenue share is. My revenue share is the biggest months that I've had was more than my first salary. I'll just put it that way. It's life-changing money. And it's been an absolute blessing for me. And in my total organization, I have 365 active agents. And we try to provide them with a lot of value, and we try to give them a system, which is what we give our YouTube training program to every agent in our organization. And they're allowed to give that out or use that to attract agents as well. So if you came in our organization and you're said, hey, I have 6 friends in Portland that want to do YouTube, I say, awesome. I'll plug them into our training, and I'll personally put them into our group coaching, and we'll coach them up for you. And when agents are on board, eXp is an amazing onboarding system. That's another thing that I think is a bonus thing that I'd like to say is their onboarding is amazing. The support and resources, I know I've already went over that, but it's literally has been like a world-class, first-class experience all the way through. And I really wish I would have taken the opportunity to know eXp a lot sooner than what I waited for, but I had a lot of bad information in my ear. So if you're getting bad information and you'd love to see what it's really all about, I'd love to set up a Zoom call, which you can schedule down in my description below. And I'll take you on an eXp world tour. I'll take you through all the back-end systems. That's the thing I didn't like about when I was interviewing other brokerages before I came to eXp, is I'd set up time to see their CRM. I wanted to see their back-end system. I wanted to see their transaction management software. I want to talk to the brokers. Another thing that nobody could do it, eXp did. The other thing that I like about eXp is that they have a transaction management in-house team. So based on your state, they send you a list of everything they can do. They can either do it all or they can do it a la carte, and it's all based. I think the most that it would cost you is $375 or $400 per file. The crazy thing is eXp has a limit on how much we can pay our transaction coordinators. So you can't pay a transaction coordinator more than $750. Which I think is crazy. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Like I said, if you want to book a call and get the real deets, the real data, the real information, the real deal Holyfield, then there's only one way to get a hold of me. You got to reach out, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of me, I got your back when making a move or just having a conversation about eXp Realty. And until next time, catch you later.